Hey you! Yeah, you! Did you know that this channel and its contents are intended for older audiences, nostalgia junkies, and man-children Thomas fans like I am? Because you do now. Okay, look, there's something about Season 3 that has just been irritating me for the past few days. It's absolutely something that I noticed as a kid. I guess I just passed it off. It's actually something so irritating that I'm gonna get someone else on here to be tortured with me. Just give me a sec.
This is my fucking living room. So you're probably wondering who I am, or you probably do know who I am. So I'm Troublesome Junction, aka Duck, aka the guy who will not take off the fucking Dragon Ball hat to save his life. And for once I'm doing a collab with someone else. It's an absolute honor to be here because I grew up watching Dieselworks123's videos. So when he invited me to be on this video, had to take that opportunity. So without further ado, let's get into this.
So for today, I decided to start something new. A little bit of a series called What on Sodor? It's basically just going to be taking the mick out of the different things that have happened on Sodor that you may not have realised when you were younger, but as you get older you realise, what the hell happened here? Season 3 of Thomas and Friends. Visually, it got a big upgrade from what Season 2 was offering, such as better lighting, real water effects, yada yada yada.
I personally am a very big fan of Thomas and Friends Season 3. I was a very big fan of the lighting, the set works. A lot of inspiration too around this time was definitely taken from Tugs.
The set design was iconic. It was just as beautiful as always. It looked just as real as the previous 2 seasons that had followed it.
If you really do compare the earlier seasons to this one, it's very clear there was a substantial step up in quality.
However, there was one thing, just that one thing that I realised as a kid, that only just about a week ago I stood back and realised, wait a minute.
What the fuck happened with Tidmouth Sheds?
If you don't know what I'm on about, you probably have more free time than me. So the exterior of Tidmouth Sheds, it looks pretty much the same across all 3 seasons up to that point. It was essentially just the turntable, the 6 lines of track, and the 6 engine berths. Pretty basic. There was also an interior set for the shed, but in episodes like Henry's Forest, the sheds look like this, and this is how they've looked for the past 2 seasons. The interior of the shed looks very dark and dull, I would say, and then all of a sudden you get episodes like James and Percy's Fruitful Day. Why are the shed walls red? Where have these fume heads come from? Why are there so many tracks?
Seriously, it feels like there was no consistency here, and that's insanely surprising coming from the team that worked on the earlier seasons for Thomas and Friends. They were very big about having consistent everything. You know, following the map of Audrey's vision for the island of Sodor, they didn't get it 100% right, but they definitely hit the nail on the head when it came to having consistency in terms of shots, in terms of locations. They really didn't deviate from those things, and it wasn't just a mishmash of everything. So when you have Tidmouth Sheds, it's just such a weird thing. You know, the main hub space for these characters, you know, Tidmouth Sheds is home for these guys. You really have to earn your spot in Tidmouth Sheds to be relevant. Like, damn it, you don't see other, you know, meaningless characters like Bill and... No, they're actually meaningful. Let me shut up there. Meaningless characters like Dennis or Molly or any of those guys in Tidmouth Sheds, it was always the mainstays. With a few exceptions, but we won't ever talk about those. But anyways, there's just several inconsistencies with Tidmouth Sheds in this season that it's just kind of baffling. It's kind of as if Britt sat everyone down and was just like, all right guys, season 3 is coming up for Thomas and Friends. We're not using that Railway series shit anymore. We need people to make Tidmouth Sheds. You and not you. You go build some shit. But, ma'am, do you want us to, you know, talk and communicate with each other? Did you just suggest to work together? To communicate? What do you think, we have time for that shit? You think we're paying you for this? But don't you want to make a good product? Fired. Excuse me, what? Do I have any objections? So it's so bizarre having the shed as seen in Henry's Forest, which was in Season 3, look insanely similar to the one seen in Season 4 with Henry and the Elephant, hence why I referenced the two because they look pretty much the same. Then you have the shed as seen in Percy's Fruitful Day, which looks completely different. For no reason. Out of nowhere. Why the fuck are the walls red?
This makes absolutely no sense. It's like they had to reshoot some scenes for the inside of Tidmouth Sheds and they didn't have the set available, so they were like, okay, we'll just quickly put this set together. And this is the only time that this actually occurs until Calling All Engines, when the sheds get rebuilt to add the 7th engine bird. But in this set here, there's like 9 or 8 tracks here. What's going on here? How can a 6-shed berth fit 8 or 9 tracks? Like Troublesome Junction said, it's baffling that a team that was so dedicated to consistency let this little thing slide. It's very odd when you think about it, and when you notice it, you can't unsee it. Because the narrator says that it's just the sheds. So to the average Joe, that would be, well, exactly what they say, it's the sheds. But to the hardcore fans or the kids that grew up watching this show, they would very clearly see that this is not the same shed. And that's what I thought. I honestly thought these were 2 different sheds, and they just didn't clarify that it was Tidmouth. And just ever since I've noticed it, it just irritated me.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. When I was a kid, I genuinely didn't think that these shots from like the Christmas episodes and stuff, and then the Percy's Fruitless Day or whatever, like these shots of Tidmouth Sheds, I didn't think they were Tidmouth Sheds, just because they looked so different from the actual Tidmouth Sheds itself. I was just like, wait, are these like separate places or something? I don't know, it's just so weird that a show that was very big on having this realistic atmosphere, not to mention the fact that you'd think it'd be easier just to use the same set or reuse assets from those sets. You know, I think a lot of people in the Thomas community who make, you know, remakes or smaller videos and stuff like that and skits are very familiar with that process too. So it's just kind of weird that they had these weird changes. They're subtle changes, don't get me wrong, but still very odd nonetheless that you would have them. It's been an absolute joy being in this video. I want to thank Dieselworks123. Thank you once again for letting me hop on this video. If you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, I will find you and I will beat you to death. But also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, you know, you should drop a sub. Maybe a follow on Instagram would be nice too, because, you know, Daddy needs that ad revenue, you know what I'm saying, boy?
Huge thank you to Troublesome Junction for hopping on this video. I'm a massive fan of his content. He's such a funny guy. If you are not a part of the Peter Griffin household, I will find you, I will lead you to your computer or your cell phone, and I will make you subscribe to Troublesome Junction and follow him on Instagram. Just do it already, alright? This was a really fun video. I'm glad that you could hop on and really appreciate the time. But anyway guys, that was mine and Troublesome Junction's little talk about what on Sodor happened to Tidmouth Sheds in Season 3. I already actually have another episode lined up that I'm thinking about making, and it has to do with the bridges of Sodor. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button, subscribe and ring the notification bell if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. And as always guys, I will see you in the next video.
Does this make me relevant now? No? Alright, fuck you then.